Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another live stream. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So this is the DCTV show, episode 65. Very excited to be talking about Superman and Lois, which came out this week. There was other shows, but I haven't been covering them, and I haven't been watching them. More importantly, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. And if you see me look off the screen, I'm just looking at the chat because the chat is up there. Actually, I might try and move it. It's just like... Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out, because basically I'm still doing this new kind of live streaming setup, which I established like 2 weeks ago. I didn't do a stream last week. I mean, so much stuff has happened in the last week, especially in and around these areas in Europe. So I just opted to skip out 1 week and then come back this week. And yeah, so I'm very excited, and like I said, we're trying out a new streaming kind of format. So I'm not streaming via my normal thing, I'm using OBS now, and basically, instead of Super Chats, so if you guys, for all of you guys who are joining right now, if you normally send in Super Chats, and you can still send in Super Chats, of course you can, I'm not going to say no to you guys asking your questions via that. However, there is a better option than Super Chat, and it's something that we tested out 2 weeks ago. And obviously we'll talk about Batman this week. I see you, Jamie, in the chat. I know a lot of you guys are seeing it probably tonight. There is midnight screenings. But anyway, so this new function, there is a link in the chat that will be posted regularly. It's a tip link. It's the exact same thing as Super Chat. It's literally the same, but it's better, and it doesn't go through YouTube and all that stuff. Because if you guys didn't know, YouTube does this weird thing with Super Chats. Basically, half of your Super Chats don't actually, YouTube just take it, so it's kind of bad for you guys. So I would prefer, if you want your full donation to actually go towards the channel, use the link. It's better, but I'm not going to stop you from doing Super Chats. And also, when you send in... When you actually use the tip link, your question is going to pop up on the stream up here, and it will pop up because I've made it pop up, so don't worry about any of that. So it's not going to be ignored, and it's not going to pop up. It's actually going to pop up on the stream, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, that is what we're doing. So welcome to this live stream. Welcome to everyone who is tuning in. I see Jamie obviously in the chat, Nathan's here, Kyle is here, Mohammed is here, loads of people are here already, which is very, very cool. And so we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. I have quite a lot of notes in regards to what I want to talk about. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So Superman and Lois came back this week. We had episode 6. Very happy to have, lots of Superman and Lois, and, it's a really good show right now, so I'm very, very happy with how the show is going. My overall thoughts on episode 6, and you guys have to tell me, what do you think of this episode? Overall, maybe give me a rating in the chat. If you feel like rating it, what would you rate the episode? I think it's a very solid episode. And yeah, I am wearing a DC fandom t-shirt. Wait, where is it? It's here. There you go. Very cool. I got sent that by DC themselves. They are awesome. But yeah, so I really liked Superman and Lois. If I'm to give it a ranking, I think it was like I said this before, I really do think that Superman and Lois keeps up a really good kind of quality. They don't ever really drop in quality, which is very, very kind of unique for a show. So I thought this episode was maybe a 8.5. I thought it was really, really good. I'm not gonna go crazy and give it a 10 out of 10 or something. I know Eric gave it a 10 out of 10, but I don't know, it kind of was cool, but I need something to blow my mind to give it a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just the way that I kind of see things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's get back. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute. But remember, guys, if you do have any questions for me, start sending them in now, and we'll be answering them, even though we do have our topics. And also, I saw Nathan saying in the chat, if I miss any of your questions in the normal chat, Nathan might repost them, and I can, answer some of them. So, yeah, that's another option, because Nathan is the moderator, and he's going to be keeping an eye out for the good questions. Obviously, he'll repost it if it's like a really good question, and we'll read it out. Okay, so as you can see here, look, it popped up, it worked. Clan Rocks has donated a $4.49 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, when do you think a full trailer of The Flash will be released? Also, will it have more footage of Sasha as Supergirl? Okay, so you're talking about the Flash film here. So I think the Flash film comes out in November, if I'm right in saying. So I would probably say, like a big trailer, if we're talking about, maybe in the summer, like July, maybe is a good time and a good bet. I'm not gonna say like it's gonna be in the next month or so, because they got other stuff to be focusing on. Like Black Adam comes out before you'll see another trailer of that, definitely before you see a new Flash trailer. But yeah, there will probably be more footage of Sasha. I'm really looking forward to that, because as you guys know, I'm a Supergirl fan, and I'm really looking forward to that iteration of Supergirl. So yeah, there's a lot to be looking forward to, but I wouldn't like expect it right now, if I'm completely honest. Okay, so yeah, that is the first super chat of the stream. Thank you very much. And as a reminder, there is the link in the chat and also in the description. If any of you want to send in via the new Streamlabs option, like I said, it's better. Like, you can pay by PayPal, you can do it by your card or whatever, like, and it doesn't go to YouTube, so I recommend it. But anyway, let's move on, and let's talk about Superman and Lois. So yeah, my overall thoughts, like I said, I think it's like an 8.5. Really solid episode. I really liked, the opening scene and the kind of parallels that we have between the real world and Bizarro world. So that opening scene, we kind of, step into Bizarro world. We're like, what is going on? And you kind of realize it's him, and everything is kind of tinged in like a red hue. And that red is obviously not very familiar to us, and it does hint of a red sun, but we don't know if it's a red sun or not. It's a bit complicated, so let's talk about this. So the explanation is a bit confusing about how this Bizarro world exists. So somehow he broke through the mines in his world, and he was able to like go through the whole Earth or something and arrive in our mines. So yeah, that's definitely interesting, and I think it's caused a bit of confusion. So like, our worlds, apparently they used to be one, like Earth Prime and Bizarro World, and then at some point they split. So yeah, I guess that's quite a lot to think about. Let me know your theories in the chat. Let's answer Cal's super chat before it goes off the screen. So thank you for donating, Cal. And Cal says, is The Flash getting delayed later than March? Oh, he's coming in with the Gary question, trying to beat Gary. I don't know what Gary is, but no, it's not going to get delayed, but I guess maybe there's a chance now that you're trying to like manifest it into existence. So who knows, but probably not, considering they're releasing trailers and stuff, and like they just released new promotional photos. I only saw 2 new promotional photos, which is a bit weird that there was like barely any, but yeah. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Cal. I really appreciate it, and you're awesome, and you're also a member, so shout out to you. And anyone who wants to become a member, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button. Would really help out the channel, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to that. So somehow they broke into our world. So, alright, the first thing that popped to mind when I was thinking, okay, right, it's Bizarro. Right, how the hell does he go through the mines and come into our world? I was like, so in the comics, I forgot what the actual name of it is, but they kind of went into that a bit in Aquaman, where there was kind of this like world within inside a world. Like if you know, there's all these theories about if you travel to the center of the earth, you can find like another dimension or another like realm of existence. And so that's why I kind of thought like, oh, it's in the middle of the earth. That's how he could smash through and come up in the mines, because somehow this Bizarro world is inside our world. But then it seems like he was saying the world split, so that kind of suggests more of a alternate reality kind of situation. So I don't have any like really solidified guesses as of right now, but let's see what some of you guys are saying. I think it could have been a Superboy Prime super punching, breaking down the walls of the multiverse. Oh, that is interesting. I didn't think of that, Nathan, but that could be what he's doing. Maybe, you know, he like inhaled something, his eyes went blue, and obviously he looked like that already. He had, you know, that kind of appearance. But maybe that gave him the powers to literally break down the multiverse. That would be frigging crazy if that actually happened. I really like that theory. I think that is probably like the best theory I've heard, if I'm honest, because just the way that they talked kind of made me, throughout the episode, not very convinced of my initial idea of like, oh, he just like broke through and somehow, you know, somehow he got to there. Like, it's a bit confusing as right now, but yeah, it was like a really good start to the episode. I thought it was like really, really good actually. So basically we walk through, we see like photos of Jordan. It seems like Jonathan and Lois had already died in Bizarro World, or something happened to them. The only person I actually saw was Jordan. And so then he went on a mission, and it kind of cut to that hallway scene. And so he was fighting soldiers. At first I was like, okay, this is cool, but why is he not using his powers? And it turns out it's because they're using X-Kryptonite against him, or, you know, something to depower him. So it's the same thing that happens later in the episode with Clark. And so, yeah, he fights his way through the hallway, takes down some of the soldiers, and he goes to Alley of Bizarro World and rips off the pendant, takes the pendant, and then seemingly, I think he killed her. Like, guys, in the chat, tell me, do you think he actually killed her? Like, I have only watched the episode once, and I don't remember if they showed anything. Like, there is always the chance that, I guess she's alive, but I think what Bizarro said later in the episode, which is very important, was, you know, this whole idea of how our Ally, if she has the two pendants together, she could become a god. So I guess she doesn't need that other version of Ally. So maybe she did actually die. Because I heard people say she died, but I was like, okay, so he just like went to attack her. I wasn't sure. Oh, Jamie, become a member once again. Thanks, Jamie. I didn't know that would pop up on the stream. That is pretty cool. Wait, was it Jamie that became a member again? I guess that's why it said it. Let's see. Yeah, it was you, Jamie. Yeah. Well, thanks for rejoining as a member. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused about the Ally thing. Like, I don't actually know if she's alive, if she's dead, if she's needed for anything. So that's all kind of up in the air, and we'll have some explanations. But in that fight scene in the hallway, what happens is freaking Lana Lang comes out of nowhere, and she's like Superwoman, but like evil Superwoman. Like, you would have on Earth 3 and the Crime Syndicate, but it's Lana Lang. So in the comics, if you guys didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know, Lana's actually Superwoman at some points. Even Lois becomes Superwoman at a couple points. So that was a couple of theories going into the show that we would have this kind of super family. And I like this twist that this version of Lana is like evil, and she still exists. Like, Bizarro did not take her down properly, and it seemed like Bizarro was scared that people would follow him to this Earth, and so there's always a chance that Lana comes after him, like at the orders of Ali or someone like that. But yeah, that's crazy. What do you guys think about that? That was like one of the most shocking moments of the episode for me. I think Lana is from the world that John is from. That would be interesting. Also, her logo on her suit looked a bit like Tao Rose logo, which is... maybe they just recycled the suit, but... yeah, it's kind of crazy. I wonder if there's any, like... she obviously has powers on this Earth, so... has she been given powers, just like, you know, the Superman of America? Or is, in that reality, is she actually a Kryptonian? I'm not sure. Do we know what happened to his world after he left it? Is it still there, or had it been destroyed? No, it hasn't been destroyed. It's still there. He literally just left it to come, you know, stop Ali in our world. Obviously, he knew about our world, so, you know, that's something interesting to think about as well, because, I mean, how did they find out? Like, there must have been, like, Ali must have been preaching about this in Bizarro World, and obviously she's kind of in charge of everything that's happening over there, so she's definitely, like, in control somehow. But yeah, so Bizarro goes up to Ali, like, beats her up, takes a pendant, and then he literally goes to the mines. He flies, puts on that kind of doomsday suit that he had on, and then he arrives. That's where we found him. And so he gives some explanations about what he's doing, like why he killed the people, like why he was trying to kill Clark. He was just trying to get rid of the headaches. So, yeah, he's still locked up for this whole episode, and, you know, he tries to explain everything, and, you know, the explanation is shown through the images that we see. And so he basically also explains, very importantly, that Ali can't get both pendants, and, you know, something to do with that, or she will literally become a god, and she'll become all-powerful and destroy this Earth, and also Bizarro. She'll be in charge of everything. And so the other option, apart from destroying the pendants, is to kill Ali, and that's what Bizarro has come to do, because he was unable to destroy the pendants. And so Superman realizes, oh, maybe I could destroy it because I am more powerful on our Earth, because Bizarro is depowered. He's like not powered by the Earth's yellow sun, but Superman is. So maybe if Superman tried to destroy the pendant, he could. And so that's what he tries to do, and that leads him into, you know, going after Tag and Lieutenant Mitch Anderson, trying to basically get it back, and he's kind of used in this episode. So let's see what some of you guys are saying in the chat. So you didn't miss much, Duan. We just kind of started. We're talking about Superman and Lois right now, but that's about it. Do you think they'll go down the route where Bizarro, Superman, and Morgan Edge versus Ali and the super people of America? I'm not sure. Like, obviously Morgan Edge is probably going to come back next episode, but apart from that, I'm not entirely sure about their plans. Like, I don't think I can give like a good estimate as of right now. Sorry guys, tired. Citizen Tim Scott donated $5 through Super Chat. Thank you very much, Citizen. Look, I can touch your name. Citizen Tim Scott. Thank you. You're awesome. If you have any questions, send them in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you for supporting the channel. And just a reminder to all of you guys who are maybe just joining the stream, if you want to support the channel, you can send in super chats. However, there is the link in the description and also a link in the chat to the Streamlabs link. And if you want to support the channel, please be sure to send in your donation via there. You can also send questions there as well. That's why, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't able to let you guys ask questions. So it's really easy. It's like as simple as super chats. So yeah, please be sure to do that. And if you have any burning questions, do it now. Like, we might as well talk about them. But for now, let's continue with Superman and Lois, and obviously we'll get to the Flash, because the Flash is coming back next week, which is obviously very exciting. But in regards to Superman and Lois, so we talked about Bizarro and why he's here, that explanation, and the start of the episode, and then also we have, by the end of the episode, the big thing is Superman is falsely arrested for treason. And so it's been a long time coming. I think the reason that he's tried to arrest him on treason is because he went to, somewhere else. And also earlier in the season, he went to North Korea. So, yeah, it doesn't look good for someone who's supposed to work for the US, basically. So that's what he's holding him on. It seems that is the reason for his treason charge. But obviously it's all under false pretenses, and it's basically Lieutenant Mitch Anderson baiting him in and betraying him, and then he has that fight, but then he gets incapacitated by the Kryptonian bullet, and obviously that doesn't spell good for Superman, so he's knocked out, and he's transferred to the same facility, and we'll see that next episode as Morgan Edge. So that's all very, exciting to see, what's going to happen next, that kind of situation. Okay, so Dwan has sent in another super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Hey buddy, how are you doing today? I got a question. You watch your show or Naomi? I get to the point. I don't like the show. Another night. Do Painkiller instead." Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't watched Naomi yet, so I can't really comment on it. But as far as I know, it's not being the most beloved show by everyone right now. I know Eric doesn't really like it. So if Eric doesn't like it, I guess there is actually maybe a problem. Maybe it's not as good as it could have been. But yeah, Painkiller. I know you really want to see Painkiller, and I know Eric was a big fan of Painkiller, the character, and so it's a shame that the CW didn't do Painkiller instead, or I really want to see Wonder Girl. That was a show that I was very excited for. But yeah, so it's a shame, but yeah, let's give Naomi a chance, and maybe it's gonna get better. Okay, so Dwan also sends in another super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Then I got one more question about the CW. Do you see Devil got a telephone number so we could order what do you mean by this? Do you see Devil got a phone number so we could order, so we could talk about the show if we want to? Do you mean talking to me? Because if you want to talk to me, you can join our Discord, and Nathan's sending the Discord quite regularly throughout the chat, throughout the live stream. That is the best place where you can talk to me, and I'm sure at some point soon we can, all have a meetup. And but you as a member of the channel, you can join our monthly member Zoom calls. I'm gonna message you when the next one is, but we haven't organized the next one as of right now. It's just been busy times these last few weeks. Preparing films and filming and lots of different stuff, and I'm quite busy. But obviously the member Zoom call is going to be happening because we just ended February, so we're gonna do one in the next week or so. But yeah, so thank you once again for both of the super chats. I really appreciate you. You are awesome. And let's go back and talk about, more Superman and Lois, I guess. Oh, Andy is here. Welcome, Andy. Welcome to the live stream. If you guys didn't know, Andy is an awesome journalist. He does some great stuff at Screen Rant. Obviously, I write for Screen Rant sometimes. A bit less so recently, but yeah. Well, shout out to you, Andy, for joining the stream. Thanks for joining. Look, got the DC fandom shirt on. Always repping. I mean, there's more Flash DC stuff around, but you can't really see it. So, the one thing here. But yeah, so we're just talking about Superman and Lois, so we'll go back into it. Obviously, it's full spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled, how is my audio sounding, guys? I'm just wondering. I saw that my microphone was like muted. I was like, have I been talking this whole time and no one's heard me? But no, I'm fine. That's why you just heard me checking it out. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and talk about more Superman and Lois. So where were we? So we have Jonathan, who is exposed, and I don't know if my microphone is better here. I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry for the technical issues. Am I like echoing now or something? Yeah, double voice. Yeah, I need to turn this off. Okay, I should be fine now. Guys, tell me if this is working right now. And yeah, Andy, I always point the wrong side. It's so hard looking at the screen and being like, what side do I point to? But yeah, the Casablanca poster is cool. Like, I love it. It's my favorite poster. But yeah, my sound should be working now, and it should be good. I think my sound this whole time has been playing off my camera, so I'm sorry about that if that's the case. I hope it's better now, but it should be connected to my actual microphone. Yeah, I have no idea why the hell that went on, and then I was like double echoing for a bit. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Technical issues, crazy stuff. Let's move on. So we have the story, like I said, with Lieutenant Mitch Anderson that goes on. And basically he gets told what's what by his superior. And then he also gets slapped in the face by the parent of one of the Supermen of America, rightfully so. And then he comes up with like a plan. He's like, what do I do next? Like, I need to prove that I'm good at my job. And it was, basically he uses Superman, right, in order to get Bizarro, because he needs to prove to the parents, my orders, like, I'm good. Like, that wasn't just a fluke. I didn't just do a terrible order. I'm actually good at my job. But mainly to prove to his superior, who was annoyed at him in this episode, that he's still good and, they need him. So he's going to capture Bizarro, and somehow maybe Taro is going to, leverage, his knowledge of the Fortress of Solitude and all these other places to get to Bizarro, but also to get on like the good side of the government to try and maybe get out of prison early. I'm not sure. Like, they would be crazy to release Taro. Yeah. Okay. Dwayne is sent in another super chat. I don't know why the words didn't come to my mind. He says, I meant to say this dude, the CW got a contact number. Does the CW have a contact number? I'm not sure. You would have to look that up online. Like, I guess they probably have like a customer service contact if you wanted to like recommend something. Like, you could be like, oh yeah, you should do Painkiller. Or maybe the best thing, like, it's always pretty good to be vocal on social media if you want something like Painkiller or, another show or a spin-off or, and then tag the creators. That's not a bad idea. Maybe better than calling a number, but it's all up to you. But thank you once again for clarifying and sending in the super chat. I really appreciate you. And reminder, guys, continue sending in your questions. I just posted another link in the chat. If you want to post it, if you want to send in your super chat via the link, it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, really easy to do. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So Lana and Kyle, they have a lot of drama in this episode. Like, is going down. Okay, I stopped myself from swearing. Stuff is going down, like it's going crazy. I think Lana, the way she's handled it is very realistic. I think the way that they've done it is very, very good, and you know, I commend them for doing it in this way because it feels real. Like, you know, she kind of talks to Clark, and then Clark is like, oh, maybe you should like find out the whole story, go talk to the lady. She does, and you know, she gets a bit more of the story. She's able to understand it a bit better, and then she kind of makes up her mind, but she's kind of open to things. But she thinks for now the best thing to do is to, you know, have some distance and just think about what she truly thinks about Kyle. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but we have Cal, who has sent in another super chat. Thank you very much, Cal. He says Anderson could be working with Ali. You think? Like, what, Cal, what do you think the connection is? Because I haven't thought of a connection as of right now. I need to think about that a bit more, but I guess there is the chance because they're both kind of antagonists. But I don't know if Ali knows about Mitch's existence yet. But maybe they cross paths very soon. That could definitely be possible. But yeah, if you have any theories, let me know in the chat, Cal. I was about to call you Kal-El. You should rename yourself to Kal-El. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So yeah, continuing with Kyle and Lana. So with Kyle and Lana, you have, you know, Kyle's going to move out. It's going to be interesting in the next couple of episodes to see where they go with it, because like, I think it would be bad to just be like brush over it and get Kyle back soon. I think we're gonna have to have like at least like 4 or 5 episodes until we see him potentially coming back. I mean, there's no guarantee that he's actually coming back. Like, that's just us thinking that this is them creating some sort of, you know, drama for the show, you know, because this is a dramatic show at the end of the day. Well, you're kicking butt too, Andy. You're awesome. Thank you for tuning in. It could be that's how Anderson gets powers. Yeah, I guess there's a chance. I mean, I don't know how exactly. Like, maybe he uses X-Kryptonite on himself like they did to the Superman of America. Well, we presume they did. Yeah, but I do think at one point Anderson is gonna give himself powers because he needs to exert his powerfulness, I guess. And if he has the capability of doing that, I guess he could do it through going to the other world. And maybe if he finds out about, you know, what's the thing's called? The necklace? Yeah, the thingies, the necklace. The pendant, that's it, the pendant. So with the pendant, they could join the two together, and maybe, you know, he gets powers from that, and he becomes like a god. Ooh, guys, what happens? You know, you had that theory, Nathan, about Lieutenant Mitch Anderson becoming Captain Atom. What happens if he does it? He becomes a god, but the god version of himself is this Captain Atom type figure. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I don't think it's actually going to happen, but I was just thinking back to what you said, like, a few months ago, Nathan. Like, that is interesting. But yeah, so remember, guys, if you have any questions, please be sure to send them in via Super Chats, or you can send them in via the tip link in the chat. Same thing, does the exact same thing, and your question will pop up like all the other ones, because it's programmed to do so. If it doesn't, I will I will go after the program itself. This is crazy. Like, I can move myself around. Anyway, sorry. New program. Going crazy. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing. We have Jonathan, who is exposed. So basically, at some point in the episode, Jordan sees the inhaler. He's like, "Oh, why do you have an inhaler? Like, you don't have asthma or something like that." And it doesn't look like a normal asthma inhaler, so he's a bit suspicious. And then, obviously, we know what the inhaler is because we've seen him use it over the last couple of episodes. But then we have, later in the episode, in the football game, one of like Sarah and Jordan's friends tells about like how Timmy is ill and like he's been using X kryptonite. Apparently, loads of the people have been using X kryptonite. It's funny how like Jordan has been unaware of it this whole time. I don't know if that was on purpose. I guess that was on purpose. But basically, the police are involved, and so now Jonathan is afraid that he's going to get arrested or, cracked down. Well, if anyone's going to get in trouble, it's actually going to be Jonathan's girlfriend because she's the dealer. So, yeah, he's going to have to keep it, like, all hush-hush and stuff. But, yeah, that storyline is kind of amping up, and now he's found out about it. Jordan isn't all too pleased. But Jonathan now has other things to worry about, apart from his brother finding out. Obviously, when his dad finds out, and Lois also, is going to be crazy. It's going to be freaking crazy because they're going to, like, I don't know. I feel like they're going to get so mad at him. And obviously, Jordan's mad because he thought he was getting powers, and he's been lying to him, like, that he's actually been using X kryptonite this whole time. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. So, my final thing I wanted to talk about with Superman Lois is the fact that in this week's episode, there was no John, Henry Irons, or Natalie. What do you guys think about that? Like, what's up? Like, where have they been for the last 2 episodes? I know it's like a logistical thing. Probably they got a break from filming and... we'll definitely get back to them. Like, that's not what I'm worrying about, but it's just, like, kind of weird. Like, John Henry Irons got sent to, he was injured, and then he's been away, but we haven't, like, checked in on him at all. It's just kind of weird. Like, surely you would check in by now. No, I don't blame Jordan for being angry, actually. I think Jonathan has been doing some stuff. Obviously, he has his reasons, which are very valid, but... he should trust his brother, and I don't think you should be, enhancing yourself to be better at sports or something. But obviously he's trying to, like, prove a point to himself that, he is maybe as good as these other people and as good as his brother. Obviously that's a big point of contention, the fact that, Jordan has these superpowers, but Jonathan doesn't. They did mention it, and John got hurt too from episode 4. John did get hurt in episode 4. That was the last time we've seen him. I don't remember any mentions, but I just presume he's still in hospital. You miss Jonathan and Natalie. Yeah, Cal. They've, I don't know, they've been like a good part of the show. I really like John especially, so I'd like to see him come back in the next episode, hopefully. I haven't checked the trailer out for this week, but yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So The Flash is coming back next week. Are you guys excited? Let me know. I'm super excited. So if you have any Flash questions, now is the time to talk about it, and now is the time to send them in. So go ahead and do it. Links in the chat. Also, Super Chat is available, so you can do it via that, or just put it in the normal chat if you want to do it that way, and we'll be sure to answer your questions. So Flash coming back finally. Like, it's been a long time. I actually kind of panicked last night. Tuesday night. I kind of panicked. I was like, is the Flash on? Like, but then I was like, oh my god, like it's next week. Phew. And also it's not Tuesday night, it's actually Wednesday night. So I don't know why I panicked, but I forgot that it moved nights. Cal has sent in a 99-cent super chat. Thank you very much, Cal. I appreciate your support towards the channel. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just excited for the Flash to come back. We have new photos that were released with Bart and Nora. I'm looking forward to that episode. Wait, if I can show it. There's only like a couple of photos. There you go. So these are the photos. This is a comicbook.com article. Yeah, so we have Bart and Nora. This is, I could only find 2 photos, so yeah, this is them. They travel back to one of the Christmas nights. Obviously, this is time travel stuff, so this is not the present. It isn't a Christmas episode. It could be a past Christmas that we've seen before on the shows. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back to Ben in the studio. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna look at that, Nathan. Yeah, sorry I didn't see that. I will check it out after I end the stream. Yeah, can't wait for the episode. I mean, what's the most exciting thing for you guys? What would you say? I think just like the idea of setting up the whole season, like if this time travel stuff has as big of an effect as we think it will have, it's going to set up the whole season to come. So obviously that's going to be very, very exciting. Oh no, I have hiccups. That's not good. Not on stream. Okay, hold it in, Ben, hold. Okay. You guys are witnessing me going crazy with my hiccups. Okay. So, yeah, they released those photos. The synopsis goes like this. The Flash zooms to Wednesday nights, obviously Wednesday nights. Damn, Andy, did you get sent a screener? I think you got sent a screener. See, I don't get sent the episodes early because the CW doesn't like non-Americans. I have water here, but there's like barely anything. Yeah, they don't like sending stuff to us. But yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a good episode. It looks really good from the promotional material that they've been releasing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, the synopsis goes like this to remind you guys what's going to be happening. So it's going to be Wednesday night next week. So picking up where season 7 left off after returning home from a visit for their parents' vow renewal. So that happened at the end of season 7, if you guys remember. Bart and Nora quickly realized that things are not exactly as they left them, obviously. Like, have you learnt no lessons from your dad? He's like the most infamous person who screws up timelines. You should listen. You should listen to history. Maybe in the future they don't document his mistakes that well. So the duo race to repair any fissures in the timeline and restore everything back to the way it's supposed to be. So pretty much you're going to see them running around. They're going to be like having fun at first after the vow renewal, but then shortly after they're going to realize, oh crap, we made these mistakes. Now we need to go back and fix them. But as we've been taught by Jay Garrick and everyone, you can fix stuff to a certain extent, but you can never say this glass. Say it breaks and it cuts in two, like Jay Garrick's cup theory. It's never going to go back to the way it was before. Like, you can glue it together, but you're gonna see the crack in it. And so that's the same thing with time travel, or at least that's how they explain it on the show. So everyone in the chat, scare Benzo loses his hiccup. I actually lost my hiccups, which is good. I guess someone did scare me, or the sip of water did. Or maybe it was the idea of time travel. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and they're definitely going to be like hopping around, it seems, as far as I know. So yeah, I'm just excited to have the flashback, if I'm completely honest. Like, I mean, a bit less excited about the Goldface episode. I just didn't really like him when he's shown up. I think he's shown up twice in the past. Yeah, I just don't really like the character much, but I know Eric Wallace likes him, so, you know, I can give it a pass. Like, it's going to be an interlude episode, so they are going to bring back these other people, you know, naturally. And, yeah, I mean, it's no big deal at the end of the day. I'm just happy to have the Flash back. And, you know, last time we had the Flash was in December with part 5 of Armageddon. And so it's been a hot while since then. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, December seems so recent, but then it was actually like months ago now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so we're in March now. Finally, the Flash is coming back. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've got for us. So it's going to be 7 p.m. I believe. So 7 p.m. Well, they normally say 8, 7 Central. So yeah, that's the timings. It's going to be in its normal time slot. However, it's going to be on a Wednesday night. So same time as normal, but on a Wednesday night. Superman and Lois will be in the Flash's old time slot, which has been airing at for the last couple of weeks, and obviously since the season started as well. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's just exciting times for the Flash fans. I mean, I have a feeling that the Chronarch that Abracadabra mentioned last season will be the big bad. Yeah, there's always the chance that guy could show up. I don't know much about him, like who he would turn out to be. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see like who it exactly is. We know Eddie's going to be in like 3 episodes, but I think that's going to be because of the timeline changes that Bart and Nora have made. Yeah. Okay, I think Chronarch screwed with the timeline while Armageddon was happening, since Reverse Flashpoint must have caused a weakness in the timeline. Yeah, or it was just Bart and Nora, like, who knows. I mean, Bart and Nora do make quite a lot of mistakes, it seems, according to these synopses. Okay, so just a reminder to you guys, we're going to be ending the stream in the next 10 minutes or so. So if you have any final super chats, or if you have any final questions you want to ask, go via the link in the chat, and obviously it's going to be featured like the other ones have been featured throughout the stream. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the last couple of questions. So, what do we have? I hate Goldface, he's cringy, but Flashverse doesn't like what you're saying, Benjamin. Yeah, it's true. Flashverse, he just adores Goldface. You know, he's a literal meme come true. A meme come true. Yeah, so I'm interested. What are you more looking forward to? Are you more looking forward to the Flash coming back, or are you more looking forward to next week's episode of Superman Lois to find out what actually happened to Superman? Obviously, since he's been detained as a criminal. So yeah, let me know in the chat, what do you think about that? Which show are you more excited for? I mean, I don't know, it's kind of close for me. Like, yeah, like, it's been a while since we've watched The Flash, but Superman Lois is really good right now, so. Okay, we have another super chat from Cal up here. Cal. I'm trying to like go across your name. Okay. Cal. There you go. Cal Roswell sends in a super chat. A $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much once again, Cal. Also a member of the channel. Thank you for your support. Cal says, do you think Timeless Wells will come back? Well, it's been teased by a couple of people that Tom Cavanaugh will return. Probably a bit more likely that it will be Reverse Flash. Just considering circumstances, it's time travel stuff. We just dealt with Reverse Flash, so there's always the chance that he breaks out. Always the chance. But I guess Timeless World's coming back, but probably only for like a brief period of time because obviously Tom Cavanaugh is not a series regular anymore, and he's just comes back when he wants to come back or when they want him to come back. So yeah, that's kind of my answer to that. Let's see if any of you guys have answered. Michael says, I look like Grant Gustin's son. Yeah, I wish I was Grant Gustin's son. Definitely not. But yeah, I mean, I think in some ways we look a tiny... Whoa, what the hell happened there? My screen just went totally black. In some ways we look like a tiny bit similar, but like that dude is fully American and I'm like a whole mix of things. So yeah, I'm not just English, guys. I'm not just English, but I am English. I also get like Flash versus Adamant that I look like Brenton Thwaites for some reason. Like I don't really see that. I see the Grant Gustin parallel more. Like I used to, like when I went to the hairdresser, fun fact for you guys, I used to show Grant Gustin's picture and that just became my like hairstyle. Like it's a bit longer now so you can't really tell, but the whole hairstyle is like kind of Grant's hairstyle, so I get the comparisons. Although I think my hair is a bit darker than his. But anyway, that's just like a fun fact for you guys. Random question, says Nathan. Remember when Barry firestormed with Grodd in the Mindscape? Could it be possible for two speedsters, maybe a certain children of the Flash, could merge into one stronger speedster? I guess there's a chance, like, that could happen. Choose, like, them combining. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but interesting point, Nathan. Interesting point. Definitely gonna think about that. But yeah, I kind of like give you an answer like right away because I need to, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that was my thinking face. Okay. Yeah, so that pretty much does it for our live stream. Thank you all for supporting and all tuning in, and as always, watch my latest videos. Leave a like on this stream. Leave a like right now. That would be greatly appreciated. It's easy as a click, but it helps out the channel. And yeah, I mean, crazy times, but it's exciting that we have Superman Lois with its new episodes, and then we have The Flash coming back next week on a Wednesday on its first ever day change, which is very exciting to see it on a different night so I can cover both shows. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. I don't know what the video will be, but it's going to be a new video and you guys should watch it. Okay, for now, thank you for watching. Join the Discord and send in any questions you have. You can still send them in via the link in the chat. and I'll be sure to answer them in a video. Yeah, so for now.